Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're going to continue the campaign play of Blood Bowl 2. This is the second match that we have in the story mode, and it's time to recruit a brand new team. So let's go ahead and get into that. Alright, so it looks like we have the normal amount of cash that you would have for a starting team, so let's start buying players. Alright, so I'm going to do a pretty basic team. I'm going to have a couple blitzers, couple catchers, a thrower, an ogre, and let's do the minimum players, so that'd be 11. And we have 230,000 left. So can't quite afford two more players. I would like to do that to get the throwers out of the lineup for when we're playing defense. Not sure if I can afford that right now, because I have to keep in mind the cost of team rerolls. If I were to pay for two players, which they're 50,000 apiece, that would only leave me with 130 left. That would only allow me to have two team rerolls. I could make do with that, but I prefer three. So I'm thinking for now, maybe we'll just buy one lineman. Gives us a full roster of 12. And then confirm.
How's this new coach doing so far, Bob?
Well, he managed to put some names in the roster so far, Jim. I wouldn't call them contenders for the Chaos Cup just yet.
Okay, so it's talking about signing a roster. Now, it didn't give me the choice of getting the team rerolls and stuff yet, but let's go ahead and look at what it said with the club.
Don't forget, Coach, you need to maintain your home stadium.
Okay, so it just talked about maintaining a home stadium, so apparently that's something we have to do. So sponsors, we want to sign a sponsor, it was saying. Okay. Looks like that's our only choice, as it kind of did say that would be our only choice. I don't understand what the benefit is, though, so we'll sign them.
Deal's done, contract signed. The Reichland Reavers have a sponsor.
I only hope they read the small print, Bob. I remember I once signed a contract to get eternal life. It sounded so simple. But the whole craving blood, dread vampire curse thing, well, that wasn't in 12-point Helvetica, I can tell you.
Okay, I'm not seeing an option to buy our staff yet, which is kind of weird. Normally you would. And that's where the screen that we would buy the team rerolls. So I'm starting to think that buying another lineman wouldn't hurt. So let's buy one more. That gives us a team of 13. We can get our catchers out of there when we're playing defense. I'm going to assume they're going to take it easy on us and have modified roles again, but go ahead and confirm that. And then I don't remember what it said to do to get to the next part. Maybe annals? Okay. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Okay, maybe we just hit back. Ah, okay. Now we can play the match. So it's ranked us with a value of 880, which is lower than the normal 1,000 you'd start with. But I can't buy staff, which is what I would do. I'd be paying for team rerolls right now, but it doesn't let me, so I want to save the money. At least I'm thinking. This is just one of those things. I'm going to have to figure out how it works, and we're going to be playing a orc team, and we can see their roster here. So it looks like, what, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have the minimum team. Do they have any trolls? No, but they do have a black orc. This might not be that bad of a matchup for us. All right, let's play the match.
Welcome back, sports fans. And who'd have thought we'd be covering this game, Bob?
I'm as excited as a snotling in a pump wagon, Jim. If the rumors are true, the Reavers have finally got a sponsor. Well, subject to contract negotiations.
That's true, Bob. It's not set in stone yet. But the newly reformed NAF are certainly putting pressure on them to get funding. Gone are the days when any Targ, Dieter, or Harbinger can turn up with a team of nobodies. With Cabal Vision HD comes money. And so you'll need the gold to get in. Even a franchise with as much history as Reichland. So, who have they got?
An outfit called Parstown X3.
Never heard of them.
They manufacture bell polishing cream. They're not big corporate players, Jim. That's a sponsor the Reavers wouldn't even have considered in their heyday. But beggars can't be choosers.
All right, we'll have to see how the sponsor thing plays out. That's, again, something I'm not familiar with. That's not in the normal rules of playing Blood Bowl. And we'll have to see how the course of game goes. If it's going to be a full game, I might break this up into, first half, second half segments to make the video a little shorter.
Orcs and humans. What a classic matchup. You know, if I was creating a board game version of Blood Bowl, then it'd be orcs and humans I'd put in the box.
Just like real life, the board game version of Blood Bowl, that's what you start with, is humans and orcs. And I apologize for going through the team build real quick. That's one of the things I'm planning on doing a tutorial video on, so I'll be doing team builds in more detail later. All right, coin toss. All right.
Orcs are a hard team to fight. They're good in a scratch, so beat them at their own game or focus on the ball.
So again, it looks like modified play. All right, so it's talking about strength here. So I'm going to assume the blocking rules are finally going to be in the game. Last time it was just automatic successes. And again, it didn't give me the chance to set up my team. And again, I don't have a time limit, so looks like we get to take our time this time. So it put our catchers in the back. We have our blitzers look like here and here. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very similar tactic to what I did last time. It looks like their black orc is there. So let's see. Yeah, we actually roll black dice now. Okay. All right, so they're just explaining the rules. And again, I already have a tutorial covering this, so I'm not going to go over any of these things in detail while playing the campaign mode. So we'll do push. And it's actually allowing me to play the game as it normally would go. So let's push this away. And we'll follow.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
All right. So we have a strength advantage here, so why not take it? Well, that's no good. And because we don't have a team reroll, there's nothing I can do about that, so that's the end of my turn.
Let's see what the others can do.
Oh, okay. Well, those rules aren't in place, I guess. No turnovers. Well, that makes the risk of doing the blocks a lot less, so why don't we just throw this? All right, that is both down. All right, so those blocks didn't go very well for us. It's going to be one of those, another one of those scenarios, I think, where we don't really have a whole lot of chance of losing here. The funny thing is, having a lineman have a straight up block with just a goblin and losing is kind of comical. All right, well, why don't we form a cage? I think we're going to form the cage a little further back than I normally would. So I'm going to have this guy maybe come back a single space. We'll form up the cage. Well, I'm actually not sure if I can form the cage. Looks like I can. So, need to go there. And it sounds like it's going to be a full game. So I'm going to try and play a little bit on the aggressive side here. Okay, now it's time to get the ball.
That's it. Pick up the ball. Apparently it's more difficult than it seems.
There we go. We have our temporary cage. Now it's time to try and score. Do we have a way through? Sure doesn't look like it. And that's going to be tricky dodges to get through, honestly. Normally I try and punch a hole through the line, but the way that their line was set up, I'm not so sure about that. What we'll do is we'll do a more conservative play with this guy. Kind of get a little further downfield. So he's not in a tackle zone here. And then with this guy, we'll play a little bit more risky. So we'll move here, here, dodge to here. And we'll see how that goes. It looks like we actually have a chance of failing now. So, passed. We'll go ahead and go for it. Although it is a risk without having any team rolls. Team re-rolls.
What a speedster.
And let's see. He's got 8 spaces of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would need to go for it one more time to succeed. What the heck? We'll go for it one more time. All right.
They're just too fast.
There's our
Break
first
some
turn.
legs, please. It's too speedy for my eyes.
All right, so they're going to be putting tackle zones on this guy. This guy has the best chance of scoring. Still a risk because I have a tackle zone on me.
Those players are very close. It smells like a fight is about to happen.
Okay, now it's our turn. So they've done a decent job of surrounding the cage here. But we have a couple moves we can do. First thing, you always want to stand up guys that have been knocked over, if that's all you're going to do with them. Alright, so this is the more sure score, is throwing the ball to this guy. But I'm probably going to end up going the more safe route rather than do that. So this is a key part of my strategy. Throw blocks that are going to be an advantage.
Unity is strength.
Or, well, he has a block skill, so he's by fine.
Technique and precision. It's not always about sheer muscle.
Alright. Then we come over here. And throw a blitz on the goblin. Hopefully that goes well.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's
Alright, we get at least a push result. Put him over there. And we'll follow.
good call. Intimidation is the key.
Alright.
One of my strengths when I was still playing.
Now we've got our chance to score. So now this guy isn't in any tackle zone, so we don't have to worry about that. We can come close to him about here. Maybe even put him here. then throw the ball. Well, actually, if I go there, I'm in the way. So let's not do that. Instead, we'll move here and throw. No. I always forget you have to do the move completely first. And then throw the ball. Quick pass.
Average pass. Let's see if it's caught anyway.
All right, good. That's exactly what we want. Potentially we could score this turn. And how we would do it is we'd hand off the ball to this guy. And then he would have to dodge out and score. That's pretty risky, though. But you know what? I think we're going to go with the risk play here. So we're going to hand off.
Over they go.
Oh, well. He fell down. Well, because there's no turnovers, though, which is the main reason I did that move, I can dodge, pick up the ball, and then run down. At least that's the idea. So we'll go for that move now. So ordinarily, I wouldn't have done that risky of a play. I would have just ran down the field. But with this game, or this mission, you don't have turnovers. So there we got the ball and touchdown. All right, that was pretty easy. Now we'll be on defense. Now this will be the first time I'm playing with a team that actually has more players than just 11. So we'll have to see how swapping out players works. Granted, it doesn't let me do the setup I just remembered, so it's questionable on whether hiring that many players would have been worth it. It does at least let me do the kickoff here. So I'll just put it in the middle of the field. That's okay with me. This gives it the best chance of going, not somewhere you don't want. Okay, we actually have a random kickoff effect as well.
The fans are quite furious. It takes them at least 3 to 4 games to get them properly psychotic.
All right, so a bunch of randomly determined players are going to be stunned. It looks like that really favored me. And there goes the ball right near me. All right, so their turn. I'm not sure why he didn't pick up the ball. But maybe the AI's programmed not really to give you much of a challenge.
Ah, good. He's got the ball. It's always embarrassing when they fumble that bit.
This player, the attacker, smells weakness.
All right, that's not so good for me. The goblins are taking me out in this game. You didn't know that goblins are the most fearsome.
Hey, Jim, who's that Weasley kid hanging around the Reaver's dugout, staring daggers into the back of the coach?
You mean the goblin? The little fellow? I think that's the new assistant. He used to work at Parstown.
A goblin working for a Hume team? Looks like these sponsors, these bell polishers, want more than just the name on the kit, Jim. It's every coach's worst nightmare when the sponsor wants to be involved. Bell polishing cream. It's a strange choice of sponsor, Jim. I'll give you that. With Orchidas, McMurdy's, Bank of Altdorf, even Bloodweiser, none of the big corporations were interested. JJ took the only offer he could.
But now they've got financial backing, they can qualify for the new NAF league. So here we are. Let's see how they do.
All right, well, we had a lot of story going on there. Let's throw a block.
Fair fight can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
And we'll follow it up.
With arms like tree trunks. There's only going to be one result in that spat.
Okie dokie. I think we go after the ball carrier here. Let's try and get an advantage as well. So we get ourselves an assist. Let's throw our blitz. So move here, blitz.
This could be a sack. I love it.
There we go. And we'll push them that way. And we'll follow. We don't know where the ball is going to go. It always
You're exposed.
will tumble out randomly.
Counter-strike.
All right. Now, this is the thing that's kind of where I have to make the decisions here. I could pick up the ball with my blitzer and try and go for it, or I could come in with the catcher and then pick up the ball. I think I'm going to go with the blitzer. He's not quite as quick, but maybe he can get down the field here.
Not enough tackle zones on that ball. And now the opposing team has paid the price.
All right. Now we need to try and back him up. So let's put a tackle zone here so this guy, when he gets up, has to at least dodge. Okay. Let's come up here. Move out this way. Put a tackle zone on this guy. They're going to be able to attack me with at least this goblin here. This goblin might be able to get through as well, so we're going to have to do something about that. Maybe come in here with the thrower. I have to go for it to do that, though, so it is a risk. And then
Tackle zone. Should be good.
maybe another one here.
He's sprinting. Let's hope it's going to be okay.
All right. I think we're good there. I mean, there's guys in our way, but we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely have to stop him. Or her. Whatever.
Doesn't look like they're going to stop me, honestly. All they have is that one goblin.
Around that lone player. And halfway around the sandwich.
Now we're getting a little beat up.
That last burst of speed. It's risky.
Come on, guys. Team spirit is the key. Well, except for me, obviously.
All right. So now we just have to score. That's the only thing that really matters. So let's come up here and throw a blitz. All we have to do is push.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
And we will push him that way. And we'll follow as well. Now, I'm not sure if I have enough movement points to make it as far as I need to. But what I'll do, put a tackle zone over here. And let's see if we can score. So we'd have to go for it to score. But at this moment, I probably want to run out the clock. So I'm going to move here and kind of delay a turn, and then I'll score. And I can check by selecting the enemy players where they can move. So at most, this guy can get a tackle zone on me. This guy can get a tackle zone on me. And that's about it. And they would have to dodge or knock guys down to do that. All right, let's get this guy up and get a tackle zone over here. You know, not having to worry about turnovers and everything really makes, you know, your strategy change quite a lot. Okay. Might as well throw a block here while we have an advantage.
That's quite a mismatch, Bob.
I know. That weedy fella's gonna get splatted. Oh, I'm excited, Jim.
We'll follow it up.
That player is looking rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before a fall.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be the turn. We'll end it. Probably could have beat up that goblin a little bit, but... That's one disadvantage that orcs have, is they're not quite as quick as the humans. Alright. Gonna get knocked down here. I'm gonna assume injuries aren't a factor, because they didn't allow me to get an apothecary or anything.
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
So really, these blocks that the opponent is throwing are really not all that important.
Hang on, did you see that?
Oh, there's an injury.
Catch or run with a ball, and they're constantly writhing around on the ground.
Alright, turn 5. Nothing to do but score. Take the risk out of the play. Alright.
It's a slaughter. Hang on, chaps. Really hard now.
Alright, again, we'll kick it off. Alright, another pitch invasion.
Ogre down there in the crowd instigating it. That big fellow wearing the suit and the shades.
That's one of the Kabasi brothers. You don't mess with them, Jim. Not unless you want your vital bits pulled off and eaten in front of your wife. They're not the cuddly type of ogre like Morgan Thorne. You won't see them on the front of a cereal box or doing road safety commercials.
That name rings a bell. Were the Kabasi brothers investors in Griff's failed aftershave in Horton?
If screwed over the Kabasi brothers, no wonder he's hiding.
Alright. So, most of my team is down, but so is most of their team. Setting up against the sideline, never a good idea. So we're going to have to throw a block here so that my opponent can't take advantage of that. And we'll put him there, and we'll follow. At this point, with as many guys down as I have, there's no point not to play aggressive here. So, go ahead and run a guy over. I don't want to go for it. There we go. And we'll run this guy. You could throw a blitz if you went for it, but we'll at least put a tackle zone down to give it an assist. I mean, again, very risky play, but there's no risk of turnovers, so might as well.
Especially if the ball holder goes down.
And we only have a few standing guys, so the same for them. Okay, let's go ahead and throw this blitz here.
Don't forget to pick
Nah,
up your
he
team.
failed though. Oh well, it was worth the risk. Let's end our turn. That's one of those things, too, where you have to evaluate how many turns are left and how likely that your opponent is going to score on you with that amount of time. So they have at least one tackle zone to worry about. It doesn't look like they're using blitzes either, so that puts me even more at an advantage.
The carrier himself blocks. That's
All
really
right.
risky.
Help the ball carrier.
Well, he followed up. Not sure if I can take advantage of it or not. Alright, so this is a potential risk. Or danger. Having a goblin in the backfield like that. Because that could be a 2-turn score potential. So we have to eliminate that possibility by putting a couple tackle zones on him to kind of make it unlikely. I'm not about to waste a blitz on that guy, though. All right. Part of the problem here is I can't really get any assists here, and this guy's a catcher, so there's no way he's going to do a whole lot here. My blitzer can come in and try and throw a blitz, but then there's, you know, how many assists being involved. So I'm never going to get a real strength advantage here to attack the ball carrier with. Well, maybe I can with this guy, the thrower. Let's see how we're doing with... No. I have the wrong guy selected here. All right, let's just stand this guy up. And then we want this guy to come in here. Take away this tackle zone.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
All right, so if I come in here, throw a blitz, I don't get a strength advantage because I won't get any assists, but it will be an even strength attempt. And that's just a lineman, so he doesn't have really any special skills causing me issues. So, oh, we need to stand up our ogre. I'm still playing like the turnovers are there, though. I'm noticing. All right, let's throw our blitz. So we need to come in here, then throw a blitz. We have to go for it to do it, which is unfortunate.
Put some pressure on the ball carrier.
All right, both down. So the ball will be dropped.
Take down the ball carrier before he can move it up the field. Blood Bowl 101.
All right, now ordinarily that would have been a turnover for me, but because the turnovers don't exist, we can keep going. So I'm thinking we throw a block here. This guy has a dodge skill, so... Oh, I guess he doesn't. Goblins normally do. We'll put him there, and we will follow. Main reason being is we can get closer to the ball. And even if we're not scoring here, we're delaying, which is exactly what you want to do. All right, that's good for our turn. All right, we're getting pushed around a little bit.
Fans are ravenous, and so am I. Ugh, just one more step.
All right. We definitely have a chance to score here. Although, it seems unlikely. I have to think about it, of course, exactly how I want to do it, because I only have the one turn. All right. So, if I throw... Get off this guy. This guy can take it, make it to the end zone with a go for it. So, what I'm thinking is we throw a block here. All we need is a push. Let's throw it.
Count those teeth, Jim.
All right, we get a knockdown.
Both of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
Okay. We'll stay. All right, so there goes the tackle zones. Now we have a chance to score. So we're going to pick up the ball and run it down.
Nice catch. Now go
So
on,
our
Barry.
third touchdown before the half's done.
Here's the touchdown, which could protect them from a comeback. This might be the end.
Honestly, we're stomping the AI here, and we're taking advantage of the fact that there's no turnovers. You have to keep that into account.
They've kicked ball to the opponents. Now it's time to think differently.
Well, it's just a kickoff here. They get a turn. We don't get a turn this half. We've expended all our turns. No pitch, no pitch invasion this time. That really helped in allowing us to score, by the way. That pitch invasion, because we could play a very aggressive, very aggressively with our players and attack the ball carrier without really having to worry about enemy players.
That little creature's pretty hard to tackle, you know, and it can be thrown by a troll. Doesn't really work often, but it's funny.
All right, so we're just waiting for this turn to end. And then I am probably going to make a cut in the video when it comes to the second half, just to make the video a little bit shorter. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.